Hello everybody. Today we will continue with the skeletal system of the human body. We have finished up with the axial skeletal system, which includes the bones of the skull and facial bones, the neck bones, the bones of the ribs, and this is spine. Today we will study the appendicular skeletal system, which mainly includes the bones of the upper limb and the lower limb, together with the pelvic girdle and shoulder girdle. These girdles connect the axial skeleton with the appendicular skeleton. So, starting on the upper limb bones, which include in the appendicular skeletal system, the humerus is the longest bone of the arm, which extends from the shoulder to the elbow. Radius and ulna, these are the two long bones of the forearm, forming the skeletal framework between the elbow and the wrist. These bones run parallel to each other and play an essential role in supporting the forearm movements and facilitating the hand function. The carpal bones are 8 in number. These are small, irregularly shaped bones that make up the wrist joint. They are arranged in two rows with 4 bones in each row. Metacarpals and the phalangeal bones are bones of the hand forming the palm and the fingers respectively. These bones are crucial for the hand functioning and providing structural support and the mobility for the various activities. The shoulder joint, also known as the glenohumeral joint, it is a highly mobile and complex synovial joint that connects the upper limb to the axial skeleton through scapula and this clavicle bone. It is formed by the articulation between the head of humerus, this one, upper arm bone, and the glenoid cavity. This glenoid cavity of the scapula, also called as shoulder blade. The glenoid cavity or the glenoid fossa is also is a small depression present at the lateral part of the scapular bone or shoulder blade of the pectoral girdle. The shoulder joint allows for a wide range of motion, making one of the most mobile joints in the human body. So the bony components of the shoulder joint are humerus. The head of the humerus is a ball-shaped portion that articulates with the glenoid cavity. And the second bone of the shoulder joint is scapula, and the glenoid cavity appears as shallow socket-like structures on the lateral aspect of the scapula. It provides the articulating surface for the head of humerus. The next joint of the upper limb is the elbow joint. It is a complex hinge joint that connects the upper arm to the forearm, and this forearm consists of two bones, the radius and the ulna. This joint allows for the flexion and extension of the forearm, enabling the movement such as bending and straightening of the arm. The ulna, one of the two forearm bones running parallel to the radius, forming the prominent joint of the elbow, and this prominent portion is also known as the olecranon process. The radius is a smaller bone. It runs parallel to the ulna. The wrist joint. The wrist joint, also known as radiocarpal joint, is a complex joint located between the distal end of the radius and the proximal rows of the carpal bones. The ulna do not articulate with the carpal bones by the presence of a fibrocartilaginous ligament called the articular disc. The wrist joint is responsible for the movements of the hand and plays a crucial role in various activities involving the hand functions. The wrist joint also allows for various movements including the flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, pronation and supination movements of the forearm and the wrist motion also. Metacarpophalangeal joints. The metacarpal joints typically refers to the articulation of the metacarpal bones and the proximal phalanges within the hand. The metacarpals are the five long bones that forms the palm of the hand, connecting the carpal bones of the wrist to the phalanges or the finger bones. The joints between the metacarpals and the proximal phalanges are known as metacarpophalangeal joints. Interphalangeal joints are the joints which are located between the phalanges, which are the bones of the fingers. These joints play a crucial role in finger movements, allowing for flexion and extension. There are two sets of interphalangeal joints in each finger, except for the thumb, which has only one set. The proximal interphalangeal joints are located between the proximal and the middle phalanges of the fingers, also called pit joints, proximal interphalangeal. The distal interphalangeal joints are located between the middle and the distal phalanges of the fingers. The primary function of the interphalangeal joints is to facilitate the flexion, extension,